Hello DCU fans. When the topic of superheroes arise, it's highly likely that the first name to spring to mind is Superman. Undeniably the face of DC Comics, apologies to Batman, the tale of Metropolis' red-caped guardian hailing from the planet Krypton is universally recognized by both avid enthusiasts and casual followers. A key contributor to his immense popularity lies in his cinematic history, which commenced with Richard Donner's Superman in 1978. Though the iconic portrayal of the character may exhibit a touch of dated charm, it endures as a timeless classic thanks to its lighthearted approach, magnified by the infectiously captivating performances of Christopher Reeve. The film's success even spawned 3 sequels and a Supergirl spin-off in 1984. While technically there are 4 sequels, Superman Returns in 2006 served as a continuation of the Donner films while disregarding Superman 3 and Superman 4. Although not a terrible film, Superman Returns fell short of box office expectations and failed to recapture the magic of its predecessors. However, even the lukewarm response to that film pales in comparison to the polarizing and controversial reception of Man of Steel in 2013. This rendition of Superman stands as the most divisive to date, with fans appreciating Henry Cavill's grounded interpretation of the character and admiring the visually stunning action sequences. Conversely, critics of the film believed its melodramatic tone missed the essence of Superman, dismissing the wanton destruction as gratuitous violence. Unfortunately, the subsequent film in the DC Extended Universe, Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice and Justice League, also failed to garner warm acclaim. Since then, the future of Superman on the silver screen has remained uncertain. The development of Man of Steel 2 languished in a state of limbo, and rumors of a potential reboot starring Michael B. Jordan never materialized. Now, with the new leadership in the form of DC Studios CEO James Gunn and Peter Safran charting a fresh course for the interconnected DC cinematic universe, it comes as no surprise that a new iteration of Superman is part of their blueprint. Superman Legacy represents the latest cinematic installment in the journey of Clark Kent, marking the true commencement of DC's new generation and serving as the inaugural chapter of what Gunn has fittingly named the Gods and Monsters phase. As the film enters the pre-production phase, it's time to unveil the next thrilling adventure awaiting the Man of Steel. Here's a roundup of everything currently known about Superman Legacy. In an announcement video, James Gunn explicitly confirmed that Superman Legacy is slated for theatrical release in 2025. Superman will soar into theaters to save the day on Friday, July 11th, 2025, a date set in stone by James Gunn himself. However, details regarding the plot of Superman Legacy remain scarce, and even Gunn himself admitted to being only halfway through the script at the time of his Gods and Monsters comment. What we do know is that Gunn will not be revisiting Superman's origin story, distinguishing Superman Legacy from its predecessors, the original Superman and the Man of Steel. When this new iteration of Superman takes flight, it won't be his first time soaring through the skies. He will already have some experience safeguarding Earth's inhabitants as the caped superhero. However, it remains uncertain whether we'll witness flashbacks delving into Clark's pre-Superman days. As for the possibility of other beloved characters from Superman's universe appearing in the film, such as his lifelong love interest Lois Lane, it's anyone's guess. We anticipate that the prominent reporter from the Daily Planet will play a crucial role, especially considering the confirmation of her colleague, photographer Jimmy Olsen. Nevertheless, information regarding the supporting cast remains sparse, and this extends to the identity of the film's villain or villains. Given that this is an entirely fresh take on Superman, our speculation leans towards the introduction of a previously unseen antagonist on the silver screen. While Lex Luthor and General Zod are iconic adversaries, there is an array of classic Superman villains to choose from. Characters like the formidable alien mastermind Mongol or the morally ambiguous Bizarro could be potential contenders. Additionally, one of Superman's greatest nemesis and notable figure within the DC universe, the kleptomaniac AI conqueror Brainiac, is yet to make an appearance in a live-action theatrical film. An astonishing fact considering the character's popularity as a villain. With that said, there is good likelihood of Luthor and Zod making appearances, or at the very least being referenced in the film. Taking the reins as both screenwriter and director of Superman Legacy is none other than James Gunn himself. Gunn's association with DC Films commenced with his work on the Suicide Squad in 2021, successfully revitalizing the team of anti-heroes following a lackluster initial installment. Furthermore, Gunn's involvement in the realm of comic book movies predates his role as co-CEO of DC Studios. He also wrote and directed all 3 Guardians of the Galaxy films. And when it comes to the casting of the movie, the one certainty is that Henry Cavill will not reprise the role of Superman in Superman Legacy, a decision that has generated divided opinions among fans. While Cavill made a surprise return in Black Adam 2022, Gunn clarified that his announcement was premature, explaining that Cavill wasn't fired but simply not rehired. As the casting process unfolds, numerous actors have thrown their hats into the ring, aspiring to be the next wearer of Superman's tights. Early reports indicate that David Corenswet, Pearl, Pearson Fode, The Bold and the Beautiful, and Nicholas Hoult, Renfield, have met with DC Studios for the role of Clark Kent, with Holt as potentially considered for the part of Lex Luthor. Also, these actors are slated to undergo screen tests at DC Studios in the upcoming weeks. So, that was the video, guys. Do you think Superman Legacy will save the legacy of the DCU universe? Tell us in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Flick Spoilers signing off.